But if we go to our pages and click all pages and go to shop and click view, I'm just going to open this in a new tab. These are all our products, and it sorts things by like this. Now we can go with this page, but we can also create our own and apply things to it. Now I'm not going to use I'm just going to use the basic WordPress editor with the blocks. I'll call this music. And I'm going to click over here, and because we have WooCommerce installed, we have some new blocks in our block library. And I can say Woo, and we can do products by category. So I could click this and just say music. It's going to include all those products just by selecting the parent category, and I can click done, and it pulls in those products like this. So there's a lot of WooCommerce blocks available to us, and we can use those as we want to and as we see fit. But we can also filter products by stock, filter products by attribute, filter products by price. So we have our page created. If I go to view page, here is the music. Now we still have, our site theme and site layout. It's not that great, but it's getting there. So we could still do a lot more to it, but if we just add to cart, we can add it to cart. But where's our cart, right? It brings us here, but it's not in our navigation. We still need to add our cart. So before I move on, I'm going to show you how I do that in Pro. I'm going to go down here to Appearance and then Menus. And I want to find my primary menu. This is my primary menu, apparently. And I'm going to add, I'm just going to hit select all on this stuff here, except for contact and shop. Hit add to menu. And those are created. But, I would want to organize this a bit. I'm going to add home to menu. I don't need a blog on here currently. But we have home, shop. We'll do home, contact. We'll do drag this up here to my account, and then we'll do something like my account, checkout, and then my cart. And then click Save Menu. If I go to Cornerstone and then click Header Builder, I'm going to click this. I'm going to click Main, and up here I'm going to select Navigation Inline. I'm going to swap this out from our sample to our main menu. This way it has all our account and checkout info. Next, I'm going to go to my outline here, and even having WooCommerce installed and using Pro, I can add elements. It creates elements. So I can type in cart, and I can have a cart link, a cart modal, cart dropdown, and even a mini cart. So I'll add the mini cart there, and it shows what I've got, and it moves my navigation here. I could always make a new container and put my mini cart right there, so it's close to it. And I can go in and I can edit this as I want to. It has the subtotal, view cart, all that right there. Is rather large. That is rather large. It doesn't really work with what we want. So I can go back and delete that, but I'm going to go to add element and go back and do cart. Now there's lots of carts that we can do, but I'm just going to say, if I say cart items, so it says 2, but we could create a headline that said cart, right? We could do something where we did text, and just change this to say cart, and swap this like that, and we would probably put in a gap. I'm going to delete all this here in a second anyway. So I can say gap, put that in between those, and we'd want to edit that a bit. We'd say horizontal. right? And switch this to pixel. Not that gap size. Switch this to pixel, and we could, say 5, something along those lines. But I don't want this. I'm going to delete this. My kind of go-to cart with Pro is either a drop down or modal. Off canvas is really good too, so I'll actually go with off canvas, and it'll show our items there. Now we can fully edit this just like we can anything in Pro. Now we could go through and customize this, but for time I'm not doing that today. So let me close that. So here's our cart, and I'm going to hit save. So that is one way to add a quick function to your header with what you need. Now, I think a good store and a good site also has search. So that's one thing we didn't add. So we could add a search modal just right next to that. I'm going to actually swap those two. So search modal's there, and then I'd add a gap in between those two. And I'm going to close that out so we can edit this a bit. That's rather large. And I'm going to switch that to horizontal. Pixels. I don't really need to change the font size right now, but I'm just going to keep it at 2 pixels and hit save. So now we have our cart. You can edit these to match how you want your site to look, but I'm okay with it like that for right now. And then we can move on from there. So we've got our cart made and our header created. Now that's a little too close. That gap isn't really noticeable. So I can increase the gap. I could say 10 and just go over here and refresh, and that looks better. So I could click add to cart for this, and that's added. And now in my navigation I have easy access to my cart. I can view these items, I can check out, I can delete items from there, and I can also go to my account. I can click that, see my dashboard essentially, where I can log out, I can do recent orders, I can change my addresses, account details, and even access my downloads. I don't have any downloads because I haven't purchased any downloads yet, but I have that. I can go to checkout at any time, put in my information, and complete my order.